Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Hey guys, how's it going? Underground Geek here. So I got a new video. I got a new comic book. Whoop, whoop, 2. Alright, I'm a little bit too excited for this. It's Damage issue 2, and I've got to say it is so much better than the first one. Now, I know a lot of people complained about Suicide Squad being in it, but I really think that they helped the issue because you get some familiar characters, you also get some funny antics, and you bring more character personality to the book. So I really like that. The cover's pretty cool. They managed to put every character from the Suicide Squad except for one in the cover of the book, which I thought was kind of weird that they missed this one character. I don't really know why they did that, but okay. But we've got Damage here, and he's on the run, and now he's got the Suicide Squad after him, Amanda Waller. And look at this advertisement for Tomb Raider, okay? Have you ever seen a less attractive picture of this woman? Look at her face. They took it from a bad angle. It makes her hair look very thin. I mean, come on guys, y'all got to do a little bit better than that. Because she's a pretty girl, so I mean, come on. Somebody look at that and say that look good. They're probably just looking at it and they have a bunch of yes men in the office and they're like, yeah, looks great, looks great. Just like Marvel. So pretty much what they're doing in this book is they're setting up the background for this character. They're actually letting you see some of the old missions, because the last issue was like bam, 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 over. And it was pretty much him running from this lady and her crew. And that's all you got. So this one kind of sets up like old missions. This is his first mission. She pretty much launches him after them, and then he transforms and goes on his missions. That's what he is. He's like a one-man nuclear device. And you see right here, this is one of his missions. Pretty good art. I mean, it's not fantastic art, but it's very good. And they're actually consistent with his hair in this book. I feel like they heard me. Because look, it's thin. It never really goes back dark again, so I'm glad. You know, that way I'm not triggered. I was triggered because every other page he had a different hair length. So the storyteller is Tony S. Daniel and Robert Vendenti. I noticed that that Johnson guy isn't on here, the one that likes to block everybody on Twitter. And then these guys have done very good. This is called Out of Control Part 2, Going In Heavy. Get a nice little advertisement for WonderCon Anaheim there. We get another cool shot here. See if I can do this a little bit better where you can see it. Bam! He does a Hulk smash, smashing everybody around. You actually see these cool bullets. They're illuminated because they're hot. You actually see the heat of the bullets. They're bouncing off like nothing. And so then he wakes up. And this is where it picks up from the last issue. He wakes up. Look at this right here. Look, they drew every individual hair on his head. What the crap? That must have took forever. But and they even did it in the little pages too. What in the world? But the bad thing is, it makes him look like he's balding, because you do it like this and you've got so much space in between the hairs that he looks like he's going bald. It'd been better just to draw him with like just some dark hair. So he wakes up and he's in one of those I can't remember what they call them, but he's in one of those shelters. That's what it is. And he sees the rest of the people that are living at the homeless shelter, and then he sees them watching TV, the aftermath of his events that he caused, and then that's when Damage starts talking to him. Damage talks to him like a split personality at this point. You see him talking, he says, she lied to you, Ethan. Colonel Jonas said she'd give you the chance to be a hero. Instead, she gave you me. That's not all. She lied about Blue Mongoose, Wide Broom, all the missions. The damage you've done. She only told you half the story. It's time to remember what you did. It's time to remember everything. He's like, get out of my head. And that's when the rest of the crew's like, what? You know? So then the guy running the shelter talks to him and says, hey, we gave you some clothes, no big deal. He asks him his name, and that's when he flashes back Jason Bourne style to when he was talking to Jonas there. And she says, Elvis, Ethan, Avery, welcome to the damage program. You know, a lot like the Jason Bourne stuff. And then so he sees a picture, makes up a fake name, Dave Everest. Talks to the guy, says he needs to go out for a bit, thanks him for the clothes. That's when he starts noticing that they're watching. They're looking for him. They've scoured the city. And here's where it gets a little funny because, you know, first of all, the people brought him to the shelter, which is different most of the time. Most of the time people would just leave him there on the street. And then this lady, he asks to borrow her phone and she lets him do it. He makes a phone call to his parents, doesn't say anything. You can see that they're Elvis fans. They named him Elvis after Elvis Presley. And then she gives him his coffee and says, you know, it's warm, have a good day. And so then you can kind of see what's going on there. And I like this because, like I said before, comic books need to make you want to strive to be a better person, okay? Normally, people in a big city like this are jerks, okay? They would not give you the coffee. They'd not give you phone. They'd say, get out of my way. But I like that they did that. And so then there's a drone that sees him. You know, then it says coordinates to task force XL. Uh-oh. And so then he's sitting on the street with his coffee, and everybody keeps throwing money in his cup thinking he's homeless, which he technically is. But they keep thinking he's got his cup out for money, and he's like, dang it, my coffee's ruined. And then hijab, because, you know, every comic book has a hijab in it. That's what I'm saying, guys. So then that's when this guy says, don't let that greasy roadkill be your last meal, kid. I was like, what? Get this book. And then it's actually Deadshot. And he's like, my name's Deadshot because I don't miss. And then he's sitting there all unimpressed. He's like, can you beat it, dude? And that's when Parasite like attacks him from behind, which I thought was freaking sweet. He's like, ah. But then immediately when he grabs a hold of him, he's like, you know, I'm overloading too much power. And he actually pops. And then he changes into damage, you know, as a reaction to it. And that's when, bam, he's smashed by Giganta. I was like, dang, man, we're getting right into this action. Giganta's looking pretty good, looking pretty fine. And then, bam, he actually smashes through her hand. So she's bleeding out in her hand now. Deadshot's having no effect. Giganta's bleeding out now because she's bleeding at a lot more higher rate because she's bigger, and which seems like a disadvantage. And so that's when his team that's after him sees it, and they said there's nothing that they can do because Waller is after him, so they can't interfere. Washington is taking over. So she says, all we can do is watch this operation burn. Which, you know, kind of brings her a little bit of pride because she hates Waller. That's when Harley Quinn tries to jump in, has absolutely no effect. Has to jump out of the way. They throw a truck at him, Grundy does, and that has no effect. And then you have this other guy, I can't remember him, kind of reminds me of Vixen, but I can't remember what his name is. They'll tell it in a minute. He tries smacking him around. He actually has a little bit of effect on him, but it doesn't take long for him to knock him back. You know, once he gets mad, it's on. Pretty cool little shot there. I like that art. I like how they did his animal transformations. That's really cool. And then we see him here. He uses one guy like a baseball bat and smacks him into Grundy, and he's just standing over him. And they're like, look how big his fists are. And that's when Deadshot sends in a report to Waller. He's like, Parasite, Giganta are out. The kid used a Kando, that's the other guy, for a baseball bat. Grundy didn't make it even to Wednesday. And she said, what are we supposed to do? And I like the expression, how he did her face and her hair. She actually looks cute and attractive. So they say, somebody says behind him, says, all you need to do is run. And that's when freaking Wonder Woman shows up. Says, escape with your lives. I'll bring the creature down. That's freaking sweet. Her lasso's all lit up. And they're like, what? So it says moment of truth. That's an awesome way to end that issue. And so that's what we got. We got the Suicide Squad has been totally disabled. The normals, humans, are the only ones left. And Wonder Woman shows up. So now we're going to see what Wonder Woman can do against Damage. Got some pretty cool statues coming out at the Toy Fair. Pretty cool action figures. Got some action figures coming out for Rampage. Very smart marketing for that. The movie's coming out on Justice League. They're advertising that. They have amped up these costumes way too much, though. But I thought it was really good. I like this issue. It's a lot better than the first issue. They were consistent with the hair, so I wasn't triggered. I didn't feel like I was watching a Rogaine commercial where hair was growing and then it was starting over, and then it was growing and then it was starting over. So it's pretty good. The art's pretty good. You can zoom in and it still looks good. There's probably a lot of tracing going on, but they did all right. Damage looks like a cool character. So yeah, it's growing on me. At first I hated Damage design, but now he's starting to grow on me a little bit. And it's very fast paced. Like the issue's just bam, 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 bam. So, but now you set up this whole deal, like where he's going to be living. You've got the Waller Task Force X after him now. So yeah, let's see where that goes. I'm very interested to see what happens in the Wonder Woman fight. And if the rest of the Task Force X can maybe help. And so clearly Damage is somebody that is not to be messed with. But alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I hope you liked the video. I got some more videos coming out today. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.